Alrighty guys, Madman Mondello coming at you from the Garden Garage here in beautiful Alabama. I hope that you're all doing well and having a great weekend. And well guys, alright, here we go. Okay, as you can see, what is sitting before you is an OG Xbox. Okay, but not just any OG Xbox, it happens to be Carlo Cresswell's OG Xbox. Now, I made a post a little while ago about how I wanted to do a Harley-Davidson themed, OG Xbox. Wanted to do something a little different, and all of a sudden I get this message from Carlos saying, "Hey dude, I'm really keen on the idea of your Harley-Davidson themed console, man." I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I just bought it." I was like, "What?" I didn't even design it yet or anything, right? And he's just like, "Oh no, man, I trust you, it's all good." And I was like, "Okay." So what he did was he sent in this crazy thing. All right, now this is a OG Xbox, of course, as you can see. And the motherboard is a 1.0 version, okay, which is nice because you can Tsop flash them instead of having to use a chip. It's really easy. These are easy to do. Thank God. You just hit hit up a couple points on the motherboard, one on the top, one on the bottom, and you can read and write the Tsop all day long. It's all good. So that was real nice about it. All right, and we took that thing, and that's what I did with it. Okay, and then what I did was he wanted a Harley-Davidson themed console. Well, here it is, okay? And what I did was I wanted to go really old school because, this is the grandpappy of Xboxes, okay? It was the first one from Microsoft that they made. And I was just like, okay, so what was revolutionary with the Harley-Davidson? And I remembered, the Knucklehead. Ha-ha! Yeah, I'm a freaking knucklehead for doing this, I'll tell you that. What up? Ooh. Alright, so anyway, I was like, okay, we'll do a knucklehead thing. So, I was just going to put two cylinder heads on it that resembled a knucklehead, okay? Well, as you can see, it went from that to a centerpiece to act like a carburetor, and then, of course, it was kind of naked down on the bottom, so I was like, okay, I need to make a crankcase for this damn thing. So, I took an image, and from that image, I drew out all of the stuff that you see on here, okay, every single bit of it, which the lines, I was like seeing lines within the lines. I was getting dizzy, okay. It was like, good God, this is killing me. But I persevered, and I came up with this mess right here. All right, so this is the imitation of a 1936 Knucklehead Harley-Davidson engine. All right, so as you can see, we got our Knucklehead cylinder heads. We've got our imitation carburetor right there, and of course we got the Harley-Davidson logo right there, Harley-Davidson motorcycles. And then we went ahead and it was naked down here, so I was like, nah, need something, so I did a crankcase. Having to stay between these 2 points was a nightmare, okay, because there's a lot of it. As you can see, this sinks in here, and then it sinks in over here, and it creates all kinds of insanity in there to put that in there. But I mean, she's solid as a rock. She ain't going anywhere. And it's got 1mm backer board on it, okay? But it was just trying to get that all within that space was just absolutely bonkers, okay? I don't know what the hell I was thinking, okay? But I wanted to make the cylinder heads as big as I possibly could. I wanted to make the crankcase so it actually looked to scale correctly, and I mean, pretty much, there you have it. So, after all that was said and done, we put a set of remote LEDs in it, of course. And what I did was I went ahead and I grabbed hold of the latest Cerbios repack, okay? And Cerbios, really good BIOS. I mean, I cannot say good enough things about it. It does UDMA5, which supposedly speeds up the hard drive, okay? And which I have noticed it is a little bit faster than what the normal one is, okay? And then, I mean, as far as setting it up within the BIOS, it was just a very simple, nice, uncrazy setup that just worked right out of the box, And so, hats off to Cerbios and, their development team making such a good BIOS. Friggin' awesome, okay? I mean, I loved it, all right? Now, after that, okay, I went ahead and I grabbed a 2 terabyte drive, all right, and it's a Western Digital model, and we formatted it, and of course it's got F and G partitions on it, But the best thing about Cerbios is that this thing can be easily upgraded to a 16 terabyte drive if you want. Now, mind you, the Xbox catalog is 4 terabytes, and then you have your emulators on this thing. Okay, I don't see how the hell you're ever going to use up 16 terabytes. Okay, to me that's a bit extreme. Okay, but there are people that that do this. Now, mind you, on the Xbox 360, yeah, I can see that happening because those games are 8 gigabyte, 8 gigs each, and then besides that, also their DLC and everything else, and there is a ton of titles out for that thing. I mean, literally a ton. So, from 2005 all the way up, or late 2005, all the way up until 2017, I mean, they were making titles for that thing. So there was titles that I probably never even heard of. So, yeah, I could see 16 terabyte on those, But this, so we set him up with a 2 terabyte, that's what he wanted. I was like, okay. And pretty much we got it all done. And the best thing about setting up the 2 terabyte was Eaton. Okay, his Fat Explorer, which supports not only these type of drives but also Xbox 360 drives. That software is awesome. Okay, if you want to do your own setup on a hard drive or whatever, the best thing I can tell you is Eaton. Look at Fat Explorer. Mind you, it's $25 for the program. Okay, now I got the beta, but I paid the $25 anyway. All right, why? Because it's development. The guy has put his heart and soul into this thing. So, it'll be the best $25 that you could ever spend, because I was able to build a drive in a half a heartbeat. Okay, being able to use USB 3.0, okay, with caching and everything, and I mean, it's just so fast and so easy and so nice to use. It's one of the best programs I have seen out there for a hard drive. All I got to say is, Eaton, you are awesome, man. Thank you so much for that piece of software, because it is an awesome piece of software. I love it. Thank you very, very much. It made my life really nice. Okay, just to say. Anyway, all right. So enough about the innards of this thing and everything. Okay, I know that you want to see it, and I've been going on and on and on about it. All right. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fire this thing up. Now, mind you, I'm gonna turn off the light for effect, and we're gonna leave it on the camera for right now, and then I'll swap over to the desktop. But anyway, let's fire this thing up, okay? So, here we go. Alright, now as you can see, of course, there you go. Alright, your Harley-Davidson in lights, okay? You got red, you got green, you got blue, you got white, okay? And of course you got auto, and you can make it do all kinds of crazy things. There's a bunch of modes on this thing. I mean, a bunch of modes that you can change, and it does all kinds of crazy stuff that you can see. And it's pretty wild, let me tell you. And that's like, yeah, okay. So I'm going to give you an epileptic fit, Carlos, okay? What the hell, right? so, needless to say, as you can see, a lot of good stuff right there, okay? I mean, it is really a one-of-a-kind, that's for sure. And if you look at it, as you can see, we got a crankcase, and then we got our cylinder heads on there, all nice, and of course the Harley-Davidson logo, okay? So, fitting for an OG Xbox, if you ask me, I think it looks pretty good on there, actually, because of the way that the design is. It just flows nicely. So, anyway, needless to say, all right, there you go. All right, now, what I'm going to do here, though, is this. I'm going to shut this thing down now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swap over, okay, to the Elgato capture card. All right, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to boot this thing up, okay? So I'm swapping over to the capture card now. Hopefully it's going to do right, okay, which it should. It better. All right, and we're booting up. Yep, there we go, okay? And there you have it, okay? And as you can see, Cerbios. Good stuff. Hats off again to the Cerbios team. Designing such a good BIOS. I was really happy with this. Unbelievable. And it was so nice, just nice setup right to XBMC Emustation, okay, which is Rocky5's project. Another good piece of software. These guys keep coming out with some awesome stuff, for this thing. It's just crazy that something that is like 20-something years old, 20 years old, and yet the development is going on for it. Just like Insignia, the server Insignia, where you're going to be able to get this thing online and actually play in online matches once again. It's just going to be awesome. All right. And I mean, as far as the dashboard is concerned, I use Emustation for a simple reason: is it's nice, it's simple, it works, and it's very self-explanatory. You know. Now, you know, with this, as you can see, this is the simple format right here. Okay, so you got your ColecoVision, you know, you got Daphne, you got Final Burn Legends. Yeah, there's 3,548 games on there. You got in Television 111. You got MAME, you got 1,101 games on there. You got Mega Drive on there, there's 430. You got Nintendo 64, there's 212 games on there. Nintendo Entertainment Center, there's 622 on there. You got PlayStation, Genesis, Sega CD, Super Nintendo, there's 618 games available on there. And of course, you've got good old Xbox, there's 400 games available on there. Okay, and it just goes on. You got the Atari 2600, you got the 5200 and 7800, you know, so on and so forth in ColecoVision. So you got a ton of stuff on there, okay? Now, when you go ahead into this thing, all right, let's take, for example, this right here, okay, Atari 2600. We'll hit A, okay? And there's your publisher, okay? And there's all your artwork and your information and all that kind of good stuff. Now, you know, that's a layout for the Atari. All right, now you can change the layout on this thing, okay, by easily selecting menu, and then you can go to the UI settings right here. You know, view mode. You know, I have it set to detailed. You can go to customization. All right, you could change the theme like this theme, okay? Like a lot of people like XBMC for gamers. Okay, no problem. So we can emulate XBMC for gamers right here, just by hitting that. And now we'll back out of there, and as you can see, look, XBMC for gamers. Okay, it's just on Emustation, which makes life a lot simpler. So there's all your games right there. Okay, and now the layout, of course, is going to change on this. All right, when you hit that. Okay, so as you can see, there's all kinds of you know, stuff there. Some of it does have the proto released and all that, you know, for detailed and everything, but you know, some of them don't. Okay, it's just the way that it is. Now, if you go to, like, let's say, let's see here. Okay, go to Xbox right here. Okay, we'll hit Xbox. All right, and as you can see, there you go. And you know, your All-Star Baseball, your, you know, all of your synopsis and everything, it's all right there. Okay, as you can see. All right. So, you know, and I mean, and then, you know, if you wanted to, you could change the theme back, and ain't no big deal, just by hitting applications, go to the UI, customization, change the theme, okay, and then you can go to you could use like Zudora right here, okay. That's another one. There's another theme, and there's plenty of themes that you can download on these things. People design themes for this all day long, like right here, okay. So we'll select Xbox again, and we'll check this out here. All right, and as you can see, there you go, and there's your synopsis right there. Another different way of seeing it, you know, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things that you can do with Emustation. Okay, that's why I love it. It really is a really nice application that Rocky designed. You know, I mean, there's your applications right there if you want. Okay, and then of course, you know, you can switch it back with the UI settings, of course, your customization, and we just go to change theme, and yeah. We'll leave it that simple for right now. You set it up any which way you want to, man. Okay. And now, mind you, also on here, if you go here to XBMC options, okay, if you go to the options right here, go to downloader. All right. There's your applications right there that you can download and install right directly, no problems, right over the network. You got your artwork for all your emulation, dashboards. Okay, if you want to install different dashboards or whatever, you can. DLC, it's downloadable content for these games right here, and those games are on this hard drive right here. Then of course you have your emulators, and you can download emulators, you can install emulators, do whatever you want to do. Your homebrew section, mods, other themes, and of course update. And right now we're at the latest update, of course, for your XBMC Emustation, so on and so forth. All right, so there you go. You got your network of, you know, your programs. Everything is pretty much self-explanatory, and you know, it basically is XBMC, but it is completely just in a nicer format. That's why I love it so much. You know, as you can see, it all plays, and it all plays very, very well. If you want to, we'll go ahead. Let's check this out here. Now, this is 720p, by the way. Okay, just to let you know. So we'll go down here, and what we'll do is let's go ahead, and I'll tell you what we'll do. All right, go to one of my favorites right here. Here you go. There you go. Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Okay. Now, this is displaying in 720p. Okay. Now, of course, with this, he got a pound video conversion for HDMI. All right, which is no big deal. And as you can see, 720p. There you go. I mean, it plays nice. No weird file timing. No weird video timings or anything like that. Pretty damn good graphics for what it's got. Being that this thing is a 733 Pentium I, and and it's running a very, very early NVIDIA chip, but still and yet, by the time it's through, there it is, and pretty much it works really good, as you can see. And the graphics are really good. As you can see, it works just fine. So, there you go. Now, when you want to go ahead and you want to get out of a game, hold in both triggers, press the back and black button, okay? And that will reset the Xbox, and that will bring you back to Emustation. Also, there's 3 other settings in here where you can press both triggers and press the back and start button, which will reset the game. Cerbios offers a lot of different features with this thing, which is really cool. So that's the reason why I went with this BIOS. I waited before the alpha. Yeah, I waited till after the alpha, and when because I didn't want to put something on there that was sketchy. Because as well as I do with development and everything, it all can it can all get crazy on you or whatever. So whenever you get something that's alpha, that scares me. And fools go where angels fear to tread, if you know what I'm saying. But apparently they got it all worked out, and it works really good, and it's a repack release, so it works really, really good. Now of course you got your emulators on there too. So not only does it do Xbox games, let's see here. We can go to Daphne. Now, mind you, there's 2 games on here. It says that there's 2 games. Well, when you hit this, what it's going to do, it's going to run to the Daphne emulator itself. Daphne is a standalone emulator by itself. Okay. Now, this lets you play laser disc games, back in the days, you can see Dragon's Lair and all that kind of good stuff, there it is, and it'll play, it should play, there you go. All right, it's initializing and all that stuff, and then it's going to start playing, and you can play Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, Cliffhanger, all those kinds of good laser disc games that have been around since like 1982, okay, this is for the old school generation, of course, as you can see. But it is something that is really interesting in how it works. And as you can see, it's loading. And yes, it does take its sweet little time. Sorry about that. But, hey, it is what it is. That's how it works, And mind you, you can also rip games from a disc right to the Xbox, because there's plenty of space on there. So you can even add more games to this thing. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with this thing. It makes life very, very simple. And it really is a hell of a mod. Like I said, still to this day, it is one of the best emulation machines I have seen, and I really do love the OG Xbox. And now with it being able to come out on a network like Insignia, there's also another network up and running too now, okay, for this thing. So there's going to be quite I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people using this thing, especially when they get on a network and everything. But as you can see, there's good old Dragon's Lair and all that, so we'll reset that, we'll bring that back, okay. But Carlos, my friend, I want to thank you for your business. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for letting me build this crazy thing. Okay, I was going to do it to mine, but you beat me to it. Okay, so now I'm going to have to do a pan head on mine or something like that. All right, thanks a lot, Carlos. I really do appreciate you. Okay. But anyway, as you can see, it plays, it runs really good. No issues whatsoever. So I'll tell you what, my friend, we're going to go ahead and we're going to ship this off to you on Monday, okay, in an armor-plated package, because God forbid something happens to this thing, I will flip the freak out, okay? But with all the amount of time and work that I put into this damn thing, you're looking at probably about somewhere around 22 to 24 hours worth of work here, on it. So, if anything was to happen to this thing, let's just say it wouldn't be good, okay? I would definitely have a conniption, all right? But anyway, listen, thanks again for your business, okay? I hope that you like it, man. Like I said, I did the best I could with this thing, okay, with what I had, and it seems to have come out pretty much okay in my book. And you know, I just hope that you like it. And yeah, I know that you bought this for your cousin, which was, I mean, it's like, wow, this is a hell of a present for your cousin. Okay, so I hope he does appreciate it. All right, and again, thank you so much for your business, brother. I really do appreciate it. Guys, I got to get at it. I got a bunch of RGHs that I have got to build now. I mean, I've been inundated with custom Xboxes. People have been wanting these things like left and right. And I mean, I have done Xbox X Series. I've done multiple customs, okay? I mean, before this one, and and I still have more to do after this one. Got a dual man coming up with all kinds of crazy graphics and stuff like that, which is going to be quite interesting. So, it's like, okay, there's only one of me, but it's okay though, because I got to do what I got to do, so it's all good. But anyway, listen, Carlos, thank you again for your business. Guys, thanks for watching, okay? I greatly do appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe my channel if you do. If you don't, oh, well, then screw you. I don't give a crap. Yeah. Hey, I'm black and white. I'm old school. I'll tell it like it is, okay? You know what I mean? Whatever. Screw you. Okay, you know? Anyway, guys, listen, you'll have a good one. I'm going to holler at you later. Take care, guys. Have a great day.